We begin today's video with a moment of confession. Yeah, confession. And don't be surprised at all, because you'll be going first. Well, I would help you out. So you're probably coming across this video because you aren't disciplined enough to have dropped your phone some minutes or hours ago. Oh no! I'm not saying you should drop it now. I mean, sometimes we get lost only to find ourselves in the best of places. And that exactly is what has happened to you right now. While struggling with indiscipline, you've stumbled on the solution to their problem. And to those who are disciplinarians already, you're here so you could get way better at it. In this video, we'll be showing you how easy becoming disciplined is. Yeah, I know you don't believe me. Just stick around until the end of this video, where I'll be revealing one accurate secret as to why you've been struggling so hard with indiscipline and how you can overcome it. Let's get on. So, many people everywhere and every time are guilty of one thing. They fight unknown enemies. Hence the reasons behind their repeated losses. It's not enough to know your enemy from afar. You need every detail about them. An old Chinese military general, Sun Tzu, who wrote The Art of War, once said, "If you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." Perhaps you're in the comfort of your luxurious room, watching this on the coziest of beds. Well, I have news to break to you, and you shouldn't jump out of bed after hearing it. There's a battle at hand, and you're the lone warrior. Thinking about your enemy? It's exactly who you guessed. Indiscipline. I trust you must have learned so quickly from Sun Tzu that you don't go into a battle with a poor knowledge of your opponents. So what's indiscipline? It's used when people lack control over their behaviors and cannot obey rules. Well, this may seem quite vague. Then sometimes it's easier to understand concepts by explicating their opposites. So let's take a look at discipline. Discipline is that core factor you need to achieve success as a doctor, lawyer, musician, nurse, pastor, businessman, student, worker, banker, CEO, father, mother, child, teacher, boxer, basketballer, barber, accountant, athlete, gymnast, and even human. Yes, you heard that. Even if you happen to be none of those occupations, we can all agree that only humans can watch and understand this video. Hence, you are one. So, to live successfully as a human, you need discipline. Discipline to eat healthily. Discipline to avoid excessive and risky plays. Discipline to be hygienic. Discipline to exercise. And discipline for many other things as well. Maybe you still do not understand. Here are clear instances. Discipline was what made Thomas Edison sit in front of a stubborn light bulb even after 9,999 failures. Discipline is what makes Cristiano Ronaldo arrive at the training ground 2 to 3 hours before others and maintain a high-protein diet, staying away from sugary and fatty foods as well. Discipline is what makes that best graduating student sit in front of a book for 8 hours daily. Discipline is what made a high school student, Ben Carson, move from the bottom of his class to the top in 18 months after replacing the habit of watching television with a new habit of reading 2 books weekly. Discipline is you doing that thing that'll move you from where you are to where you ought to be. So think for a while. What will discipline make you do? Don't just think them in your head. Go ahead to the comment section and let's know that huge thing discipline will make you do for yourself. All those things you listed are the areas indiscipline has been attacking you. Now that you know a little more about your enemy and its major entry points, you're closer to victory. But stay right there as I show you very practical tips on how to become more disciplined. First, let's draw from the deep wells of history and drink waters of wisdom from the ancient Greek philosopher and thinker, Socrates, who developed the maxim, "Know thyself." In his maxim, there's so much knowledge to gain, and the very first is that you could actually be a stranger to your own self. But how possible is that? Well, let's take a deeper look at what Socrates meant by know thyself. Knowing yourself is beyond knowing your best color, your best friend, and your best meal. Those are only limited to the physical. There are so much abstract information you must dig up about yourself. It's your duty to discover them. They're abstract and so limitless. Hence, you only discover them when you've started on your journey into the realms of intangibility. According to Socrates, you know yourself when you master your patterns so well, understanding your strengths and weaknesses. Not just your strengths, it's important you understand your weaknesses as well. And that's not all. One of the most important things to know is your why. You must know your why. Why do you want self-discipline? Why do you want to achieve your goals? Why do you want to do what you want to make more money? Why do you want to be more focused at work? By knowing your why, you're giving yourself something to fall back on when you get distressed or overwhelmed. Answering this is what keeps pushing you towards self-discipline. And will you get there with these? Definitely, you will. However, though the journey to learning discipline starts with knowing yourself, trust me, that's not the goal. The goal is to know yourself so you can conquer yourself. Plato, one of Socrates' most beloved students, explained this better in a quote. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by yourself is of all things most shameful and vile. Hence, the reason for knowing you have an addiction to social media is so you're able to work on strategies to stop that addiction. Do I need to go further? The reason for knowing you struggle at a certain task is so you can discipline yourself enough to master it. You only conquer what you know. So, you know yourself, highlight your strengths and weaknesses, celebrate your strengths, then conquer your weaknesses. And that's just the way out. Socrates started it, and his student Plato continued it. Know yourself, then conquer yourself. Having the best life is all about strategies and more strategies. Now you've gotten the strategy to discipline. Next, you need the strategy to conquering your weaknesses. One strategy that works in every walk of life is goal setting. You do this at work. You do this at school, as seen in your school calendar. You do this in football, basketball, and boxing, as seen in training sessions. And so you must do it personally. To conquer your weakness, set a goal, but not just a goal, a realistic goal. And not just a realistic goal, a time-bound goal. For instance, you struggle with so much distractions during your work, set a goal and give yourself a time to work with. You can set a goal to complete a task in 10 hours, and that might require you to spend not more than 1 hour on your distraction. In between, you could give yourself little breaks as well. Oh, many could find it difficult to spend money prudently and need discipline in that aspect. So how do they go about it? This is when setting time-bound goals come in. To deal with wasteful spending, set a saving goal for the next 1 year. And don't just leave it there. You break your goals down into eatable and hittable pieces as well. So while your savings goal is $60,000 for the year, breaking it down makes you see it as $5,000 for each month. And you could further break it down to $1,250 for each week. And then you finally arrive at almost $180 daily. Beautiful, isn't it? So you simply have broken down the long-term savings goal of $60,000 into hittable pieces of $180 daily. And trust me, if wasteful spending is your struggle, congratulations, because you have successfully conquered yourself. But also, there's something more. You ever heard that 2 heads are better than 1? Well, here's a chance to test that out once again. The battle against indiscipline becomes easier when you've got a partner by your side. You could call it division of labor, but we call it accountability. So you get yourself an accountability partner to fight this battle with you. And trust me, with an accountability partner, you're 2 times likelier to conquer indiscipline than another fellow who has no one. So what exactly is the job of an accountability partner? Like for the savings goal against wasteful spending, your accountability partner can do a weekly supervision to ensure you're closer to your goal. These partners keep track of your progress and call you to order when you start lagging behind. Don't you need someone like that in your life? Then get yourself one. And remember, it's purely accountability. It's not a love affair. Remember in the beginning of this video, I promised to reveal a secret to you as to why you've been struggling with indiscipline? Here you go. Oh, hold on. Before we do that, kindly show some discipline by forcing your thumb to the like and subscribe button below. You did that? Thank you. Now here we go. The reason you struggle so bad with indiscipline is also because you give up so easily. Yeah, you only win when you don't give up. Quitters don't win, and winners don't quit too. Self-discipline takes some people their whole lives to master. So why did you quit after a few months of letting yourself down? Pick yourself back up and go fight again. And remember, don't be too hard on yourself if you start slow at first. Just keep at it. The more you practice self-discipline, the easier it'll become. And before you know it, you won't have to practice at all because it'll be a natural habit. I'm sure you enjoyed watching this video, so I'd like you to click the like button. And if you manage to escape every other appeal, here's the final one coming. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications to keep getting quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.